Howdy y'all. So today we're working on a 2002 Ford Focus. You may have heard of it before because the only car, not the only car I have, but it's a car that I'm constantly working on. And the temperature has not been getting high enough in it. Now it's getting a little bit colder. And then also the check engine light went on. And I believe that it's from it not getting warm enough to get into like a closed loop situation. So I've decided that it's a thermostat. It's unfortunate because I did change the thermostat housing in the valve cover gasket not too long ago, but I think I may have cheaped out and didn't get the thermostat housing with a new thermostat in it. So here I am, maybe 6 months later, changing the thermostat. And hopefully that's what it is. It does hold water. It's not like it's losing water. It's not like it would probably fail if it lost water, but it is, it's got to be a thermostat. It's a timeless problem, and it's a very small little thing to change, but it is kind of a hassle on this car. So if you're familiar with the Ford Focus with a 2.0, the valve cover that you're all familiar with, hopefully, air filter, battery, and then right here is the entirety of the thermostat housing. Am I in my own light? It might be. But there's the entirety of the thermostat housing right there. And then there's like an air overflow return. And this is probably the upper radiator. That's the upper radiator hose. So what we've got to do, I'm not sure how familiar you are with it, but so too much light or overexposed. So the way it works is in the head, water's up to here, whatever, comes through into this thermostat housing. It's bolted on with, I think, 3 bolts. And then right here in the front, which is hard to see, is a thermostat. Opens and closes. So it's common for this gasket to fail from oil dripping on here, makes it swell, and then it fails, and then you get this weird leak that you can never find, and your car always smells like pancakes or waffles. But so here we've got, I think it's 3, could be 4 screws that hold on this whole front plate, and behind it will be the thermostat. So what stinks about this is there's water up to here, theoretically up to holes in the head, and what we've got to do is we're going to have to drain out some water from the radiator to avoid making a huge mess, and of course having to buy more radiator fluid. So gonna have to lift up the car. Also not that fun. I feel like I'm usually lifting cars more than I'm working on them, but I'm gonna lift up the car, then we're gonna drain some fluid. I'll show you how that works, and hopefully things will be awesome. I'm on a short time limit here because I have an appointment, so let's get to it. Alright, so we're under the Focus here, and let's focus, but the radiator has a drain, and it's a silly little plastic screw. There's a giant Phillips head, and I'm going to loosen that up. Usually I'm a bucket kind of guy, but you know, that makes it harder to pour. Ooh, there's no light if I put that there, but that makes it harder to pour, so we're going with the funnel and an old coolant container. So I'm going to unscrew that, hopefully lose about 1 gallon, and that should be enough to make not too much of a mess when we take the thermostat housing off. Oh, we're not going to take it off, but take the cover where the thermostat is off. So wish me luck. We're going to do it. So right, it's a plastic screw. Thought you might want to know. You can't really pull it out, but it's got like an indentation that you probably can't see to let water out. Air in on one side. So I don't know. Gotta go open up the top to let out some vacuum, then it'll let out a ton of water, hopefully into this jar. I'll be back. Okay, well that sort of worked out pretty well. I opened up the cover on the overflow tank, let go of the vacuum, filled that pretty quick. Was able to close it and it stopped more water from coming out, which is pretty good. I guess that kind of means I've got a airtight coolant system. But what is a little bit gross is the color of this, because I think I put green stuff in. Maybe it was orange stuff, I don't remember, but it's not too pretty now. If I can find my tester, I'll see what kind of protection I've got in here, but I might have to bring this back and get some new coolant, because that doesn't seem right. Alright, on to the thermostat. Oh, why don't I just show it to you? So I bought a CarQuest one. Ooh. Get a light bulb. Alright, so I bought a CarQuest thermostat. The photo on the auto parts store did have it having a gasket around this ring, which it doesn't, so that stinks. But I'm sure there's one in there. I think what's also weird, it's HO in the United States. It's made in the United States instead of Mexico, which I feel like most Ford parts are. So that's exciting, I guess. There you go, new thermostat. Let's take out the old thermostat. Not sure if you care what the part number is, but if you do, 13979 for a 2002 Ford Focus with the Z-Tech dual overhead cam. I want to say it's the one with the 3 in the good number. Alright, so now to it. We're going to take the hose clamp off of this one on the top so that we can pull this out. Hopefully we can unscrew the other things and pull this whole hose out without having to undo it. I think there's 2 hoses that go into that front face. Ugh, there are 2 hoses that go into that front face, but hopefully we can pull that whole little housing plastic cap off. I don't know how well you can see it. Let me get some more light. One more time. But there you go. If you can see, let me get a screwdriver. Let me get a giant screwdriver. So if you can see it, there's one screw head. And that's another one. I think that there's 3, but oh geez, there's might be a bunch. Well, we'll have to find them, and then I'll let you know. But there's all this stuff in the way. There's this EGR tube. There's, geez, I don't even know. Is that some sort of transmission tube? But yeah, let's try it out. I'll let you know how it works out. But don't forget to tighten up that plastic bolt on the plastic screw on your radiator. And also remember it's plastic, so don't go crazy. Alright, under some closer inspection it turns out that it's not a Phillips head screw that holds those in. They are T5 Torx bits. Bang! T25, not 5. See what happens if we take it off. Oh, I never took that top hose off. But one separate time, let's see what happens if we get this in there. There we go. It is just a plastic housing with a standard thread. Not like a machine screw. They're like sheetrock screws that hold it in. They come out real easy. Hopefully I don't lose it. If I get rid of that hose, it'll probably be faster and easier for me not to lose it. Let's see if we've got nicer set of pliers. These are a pair of needle nose pliers that I got rid of all the rust on them with vinegar, but then I never put any grease on them, so now they're rusty again. Wow, that's a large nipple in there. We're gonna need a screwdriver. Oh, large nipple, but it's up higher than I thought. Nope. Alright. So we've gotten that return line hose off. Wish there was a better place to hide it. Oh, we'll go over the intake. So there's one screw out of the housing. It's a weird little thread, but I think it's a T25. One out. I think there's only 3. So let's see if we can get to those other 2 during a mess of oops. That's great. There's only 3 that hold on this cover of the housing. I don't know if you can even see anything past my arm. Oh, it's dripping some. Alright, let me get you closer in there for a better view. So this housing I had to pull down under these hoses. And as I hope you can see, jeez, I'm really bad at holding this camera. So I hope you can see. Here's a thermostat. It's not really moving, which is odd, but there you go. And what's weird is it's got that little hole there. There's a fail-safe. I think that hole is just for air bubbles. Oh, but there you have it. I'm not sure if you can see, so we'll put it closer to my hand. That's how the thermostat failed. Half of it broke off. And that's why my car is underheating. I think sometimes when you'd stop it would start to overheat. So I'd put the air conditioner on to promote both fans to go on. But yikes. Alright, well. Old thermostat. What did I do with the new one? Here, let me put you back on your little stand. Okay, now. It's important thermostats go in the proper direction, but I think you can only put it in one way. It's not like an old Chevy or something. There you go, that's the new thermostat. That's the old one with the broken tang that wouldn't let it open and close properly. I've never seen that before. That's actually, not that I'm some great mechanic or anything, but I've changed a lot of thermostats. Okay, maybe 10 thermostats in my life, but still. It's a little bit weird how they're different at the bottom, but let's see if we can put this gasket on there. It's a little worn out, but I didn't know that it would need one. I thought it was going to come with one. A little worn out, but still stretchy. And that's all we want, is for it to form on there nice. And I think it did. So I pulled that one out in this direction. I don't think it mattered. I think it did with this one because it had the air bubble letter goer. My finger was in front of the air bubble letter goer. But that's a little air bubbler. This one doesn't have that. I don't know if that's considered a failsafe or it still lets water through. I think it's an air bubbler though. That was a nicer one, probably. Now we'll put this one in. Slide it right back in. Jeez, it's no easy path. But yeah, that's probably an important point. If you have a little nub like this on the top of your thing, you should make sure that that's, you know, like facing up, because that's to let air bubbles out, I'm pretty sure. So you don't want air in your cooling system because air gets a lot hotter than water does. But alright, so we got that one in there. Pick this up one more time. Now that it's in, I take the cover part, slide it back under all this junk, line it up. Hopefully that gasket is all it needs, because there aren't any others around. And we're going to screw it back on, and hopefully we've done it. Of course we got to add more water, but I'll screw that back on first. Start with the easy one on the top. Don't wait, we're easy. Don't forget it's plastic, so don't go too crazy. Get two in. We got two started, so we might as well put a couple turns on them. I'd say that I'm pretty happy that I disconnected that little hose holder. It has given me a little bit more room. A bunch of my knuckles. Ow, that's still my knuckle. I think we're going to go back to the longer one. Great, but maybe the third one will make a difference. his cables along with extension. Important with any tool to go straight into the top. So just turning it just a little bit takes it out of alignment, and you can strip the head. I'm sure you've figured that out though. Again, these are plastic. The housing's plastic, the screws are plastic. The housing's plastic, so you don't want to go too crazy tightening anything up because you might break it. I don't think that's true about the ones that hold the whole housing into the head. I think they've got a steel sleeve, so I don't know if you can probably tighten it. I'm sure there's torque spec somewhere. All right, that's in. Hopefully it's enough. We'll find out when we start it back up. But don't forget those. I think that, I don't know if it's the whole housing that they have in the book, but I think to repair this, if you bring it to a shop, they want like $250 for this. I think they might put the whole new housing in. Might be why, but still, it's a lot of money for a thermostat. Even the thermostat for this was $8, which I thought was crazy, but I'm just a cheap old man, so who knows? Maybe that's reasonable. Just slide that right back over. Look at this one again. Oh, don't forget about the support for that hose. I wonder what this piece of rubber is for. I wonder if that's supposed to be down here on this. You never know what people do with cars. We'll put it there because I feel like it looks better. Alright, we did it. Some tools out of here. Oops. Old thermostat. These guys off. I'm going to take a quick look around, see if I can find. I got real excited. I thought I found some, but it was windshield wiper bug remover. So it looks like this is just going right back in. Hopefully some of the grossest parts have settled. And we won't pour it all back in. There's some gross in there, but it's not as gross as I thought it would be. It's pretty high, but it's probably because of air bubbles. Alright. we may or may not have. As it's looking right now, I don't see any leaks. I would say it's good, but put the heat on maybe. It's not wet under it, so that's also a bonus. Battery's almost dead, so we're going to call this good. So there you have it, the replacement of a thermostat in a 2002 Ford Focus. Thanks for watching.